Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides, and today I want to talk a little bit about the 2019 Toyota Supra. There's been so much going on the interweb. There's so much going on in magazine reviews and everything else, people talking in forums. They want to know what in the hell is going on with the Toyota Supra. If you remember, it's been quite a few years since Toyota came out with that FT1 concept of what the Toyota Supra hopefully was going to bring. Now, one thing you should be aware of is Toyota did not design the FT1 concept in-house. They actually farmed it out to a company in California, and some Toyota officials work with them to design that beautiful car. I mean, that FT1, if the Toyota Supra looked like that, that thing is just, it's sick. I mean, it's got such a unique look. It's got the personality. It's got some of that Toyota Supra styling in there. I really think the organization that designed that car knocked that one right out of the park. If you've been watching on YouTube, the car testing all camouflaged at the Nürburgring or seeing spy photos of it, you'll see some differences from that FT1 concept. And I really feel like Toyota has been stringing the fans along for such a long time. I don't think I'll ever figure these companies out. They know Toyota must know that they have one hell of a Supra following, that people still lust after that car, even though production has ended. You remember the last year of production here in the United States for the Toyota Supra was 1997. So it's been a long time, and that car was such an iconic car, especially with all the hoopla with Fast and the Furious and all that nonsense. But it's still, at the end of the day, before that movie was even a thing, the twin turbo Toyota Supra really gave it to the Nissan 300ZX twin turbo, to the Mazda RX-7 twin turbo, the 3000 GT VR4, the Mitsubishi. Amazing car, amazing performer. What the hell happened? Toyota went into this like cocoon of boringness, and we're producing some pretty boring cars for a while. Now finally they've decided that, hey, people don't want boring cars, that the millennials that are getting their driver's license and able to purchase cars, they don't just want something to get them from A to B, that they want something that has some look, some performance. Then you hear the new information about this Toyota Supra. I think some of the things that have shocked me is that, first of all, they're saying that it's going to have a six-cylinder. There's going to be two engine options for the United States. One that is turbocharged, one is naturally aspirated. But we're looking at around 330 horsepower. If you look at the history books, the Toyota Supra Twin Turbo from the 90s was putting out 330 horsepower. Now, am I saying, hey, you got to do a 700 horsepower ZR1 killer? No. But depending on what this thing costs, it's got to be comparable to what else is available out there on the market, especially when you're seeing that cars that at one time didn't have tons of horsepower or fast 0 to 60 times or quarter mile times or whatnot, they have it now. It's more of a common thing. If they knew that they have a following, and the following is really in love with what the car used to be, why change that concept? Now, I know I can understand from a financial standpoint working with BMW um, to design the car together, but why are we hearing that the BMW version of the Toyota Supra is going to have the availability of a manual transmission and more engine options? Why is it that the Toyota Supra is going to be potentially available just as some type of dual clutch setup? That personally makes me a little ill. I think a car, they need to give the people the option. If you're not going to give a manual at all, at least give us the option instead of just shoving these dual clutches down our throats like every other manufacturer is doing, especially if you were able to afford a supercar. You're not getting a manual if you want something new. When it comes to the styling, that's still yet to be seen, but it looks like there's a little bit of the FT1 concept in the front end, possibly the rear end. The camouflage has been really, really good. There was a release of supposedly what we're going to see at the Geneva Auto Show, but now many people are saying that that's going to be some type of race car version or another concept intended for the track, not for the street. So I don't know why there's this big holdout. They have built up plenty of excitement. I think if they build up any more excitement, people are just going to give up and be like, what the heck's going on? Where's the car? Another thing I find very interesting is that Toyota, in some circles, are saying that they're not going to call it a Toyota Supra, that it would be called something else. Why in the heck would you have this wonderful car, this tradition, this heritage, this following? Why would you take that and throw it out to call the car something else? That does not make sense to me. You know, they were thinking about having a performance brand called Gazoo, which if you follow World Rally Racing, you would know that Toyota fields two Toyota Yaris's in the World Rally Championship under the Gazoo team banner. Most Americans don't even watch the World Rally Championship, so they're not going to know what that association is. I love the World Rally Championship, so it makes sense to me. But for the general good of the public of the United States, why do they want to do that is beyond me. It's almost like the thing they did with Scion. You know, there was no need for Scion to exist. Just make the fun cars for the youth available under the Toyota banner. I mean, Toyota has the name, they have the reputation. Sell the cars under that title. So it's going to be interesting to see if this Toyota Supra, at least the street version, shows up at the Geneva Auto Show. Now, if it's not at the Geneva Auto Show, we're going to be waiting a few more months until closer to the end of the year if that doesn't happen. So, like I said, if this thing is coming, where is it? Why is it taking so long? Why did they decide to go with a dual clutch transmission only option if that's the case? Um, and what's up with the engine choices? Where is this car going to slot in? Personally, you know, if it price point slots in near a 370Z or something like that, or a little bit more, say in the $40,000 price range, maybe they got something there. There's really not much available for somebody coming in at 40 grand unless you want to go the Ford Focus RS route, Subaru WRX STI, um, you know, if you wanted to go a BRZ or something like that, 370Z, there's not a lot of options there. So I think that could be a great solution. It just if they have it be in the performance segment of a 370Z, yet they're charging $55,000 for it, I think they're definitely going to have um, a hard time justifying that. Now, of course, there's going to be people that buy them. I don't doubt that. There's lots of people out there making lots of money, and you know, hey, they'll be more than happy to get it. But I think for the general public and for it to be a huge success, I think it needs to be in that $40,000 price range based off of what we're hearing about when it comes to um, what's underneath the hood, what's inside the car, things like that. So that's basically some of my input about the Toyota Supra for 2019. If you have any questions or comments, definitely put them in that comment section. You could visit raitiesrides.com and message me through there. You could visit my Instagram, Raities Rides, that has all original content. You can do Raities Rides on Twitter. And if you have something in particular you want to see on Raities Rides, let me know. We could set something up. And like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.